Well, that was all very nice and relaxed, Peter.
It was.
Hello, welcome to Guitar Paradiso, Acoustic Paradiso, Nylon string.
Nylon Paradiso.
Paradiso.
This is a very...
I'm Mick.
And I'm Pete.
Hello.
And you may wonder why we are here with some nylon string guitars.
Yeah. Well, so we're here recording videos today, and we record, a few on a day, and they go out in successive weeks. Going for a bit of lunch with the Cap, with Lee, and I said, Lee, I kind of got a bit of a jonesing for a nylon string guitar. Never had one, apart from like a cheapo starter guitar many years ago when I was a kid, and despite running various guitar magazines and having a lot to do with guitars in generally throughout my working life, I literally know
that's very. I find that really
next
hard to believe.
Nothing about nylon string guitars.
Yeah.
Which is, it's for anyone outside of the UK anyway, and probably maybe parts of the US, but it will be a complete anathema to a lot of people because nylon string is so much more embedded in the culture of, certainly throughout Europe, certainly throughout South America.
Yeah.
It's not, dare I say, unusual, whereas in Britain anyway, the nylon string was the thing you wanted to run away from as fast as possible if you didn't grow up with a classical.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not a classical player or
which me and classically trained no. So let's just say right from the start, if you know about nylon string guitars and you're a classical player or a flamenco player, this video is absolutely not for you.
No, no, we will not be playing flamenco or classical music.
It's going to be at such a low level that you're probably going to get angry and throw things at the screen.
Throwing screen at the screen.
Yeah, and please from now, if you feel absolutely compelled to write, he can't play nylon string for shit, and that's fine too.
Because we cannot.
Because it's not really our thing.
No.
It's literally that. Yeah. I said to Lee, I'm thinking about buying a nylon string guitar because I just fancy a bit of a change, maybe for some songwriting or some for layered parts and things like that.
Inspiration.
A different inspiration.
Yeah.
He said, tell you what, go make a video about it. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, seriously, just pick a couple of guitars off the wall and go make a video.
I play them like you would normally play a steel string guitar.
Yeah, so come at it as if, exactly as you are, someone who doesn't play nylon string guitar, moving to nylon string for the first time, and just share your experiences. Yeah,
might need a different inspiration in your guitar playing, and that certainly gives you, because these guitars, to be fair, the neck is a bat.
Yeah, they've put the wrong neck on, they haven't cambered the fingerboard, and they've forgotten to put the dots on them.
Yeah, there's no dots. He was like, oh no, there's no dots on the goblet. It's like, and there is no dots.
Yeah, as we found out.
And it's a completely different way of approaching a guitar. I own a few nylon string guitars. Yes. I've had some nylon string guitars in the past that I have used for various tours.
Because you get called on to play.
Because I've never been a nylon string player. I think the first guitar I had was my mum's Oscatella. Yeah. For those of you who knows that brand, which is from 1971 or something, and that was the guitar I kind of started out on and played and still have. But I got called up to do some classical guitar with a band called Il Divo back in 2007. Yeah, so which is like a popra. They call it popra.
I have never heard that word before.
No, we call it popra because it is kind of opera sang to pop kind of music. Yeah. But there's still classical bits in it, and I sort of had to. I was scared for my life because I had to play these things, and I just had to learn them, and it was a really good experience to learn. But it's a completely different way of playing a guitar.
Yeah.
Which
we're not going to try and do that today. We're not going to try and play classical or flamenco because neither of us can.
And it's been 10 years since I did it, so I can't remember. That's how long time it is. It was like 2006 or 7.
Oldo now.
Oh man, yeah. They're still going. Yeah. But anyway, so that was great, and I had a really expensive Taylor 8714, which was 714, the classical ones. Yeah. Beautiful guitars. Anyway. That's not what we're here. These guitars are not expensive.
No, I said to Lee, okay, so I don't want to spend very much money, obviously, because it's not like a main instrument. What would you buy? What's the if I was looking for a mid-price acoustic guitar, I know exactly what I would buy, what brand I would buy. What's that brand in Nylon String World, and he said check out Admira. So that's where we are.
And actually, incredible. You get a lot of guitar for your money if you think about materials and where it's built.
We did extensive 5-minute search on Wikipedia to learn a little bit about Spanish. We should call them Spanish guitars, is what we should call
them Spanish guitars.
Because what was his name? Torres. I think he was the guy that did made the first big breakthrough in Spanish guitars. Yeah. And the big difference between a Spanish guitar and a steel string guitar, apart from the strings, is bracing. So on a normal steel string guitar, you get an X brace, and a lot of Spanish instruments have fan bracing.
Yeah. So it looks like this inside. It's almost like, and it comes kind of like this.
Yeah.
In a way.
Now, I did know that before because I've studied some guitar building, but and there are other ways of doing it. It's not the only way to do it, of course. But that's as much as we're going to say about that. Yeah. And then what I had no idea about whatsoever, that within the Spanish guitar world, there is a difference between a classical guitar and a flamenco
guitar. Which I kind of knew because of the sound. And when they play it, when a flamenco player plays it, it's very hard, and very rough, very percussive. Everything is that. Where a classical Spanish guitar, you don't want that boss fret. You just want, that,
clean.
You want all the strings to be clean.
Yeah.
So everything is raised up much higher.
But that is a flamenco guitar.
That is a flamenco guitar.
Yeah. We won't spend
and this is but that's that exactly.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even look down on it, so I thought it had to see the top. But
so apparently, and again, if you're a fan of nylon string guitars, you would have switched off by now, thrown eggs at the screen. But so flamenco guitars tend to have a spruce top.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit stiffer than cedar top, which you would normally find on a classical, although there are classicals made with Sitka, with spruce tops as well. And the action is a bit lower, right?
The action is a bit lower,
closer to the body and closer to the...
I think this feels like it could be a little bit lower down, I think, for that. I'm not a flamenco player, I got no idea.
Yeah, no idea. Other than that, exactly the same. Strings made out of nylon.
Yeah, used to be guts from cats, didn't it?
Yeah, which wasn't actually guts from cats, but anyway.
No, but, it sounds cool.
Yeah, okay, right. So let's...
But I quickly mention also Admira guitars started in 1944, I believe.
Apparently, we also learnt that with our 5-minute Wikipedia search.
Which is a long time for companies.
No, actually, what started in '94 was Enrique Keller S.A. Esca, which is a guitar factory, one of the biggest makers of Spanish guitars in the world, and they own the Admira brand. So that's about as much as we know. Yeah. We also know that. How much did you spend? I mean, I was thinking a couple of £100 maybe, and he's like, well, yeah, okay, try one at 150 and try a couple at 400 quid and see if you can notice any difference. So
yeah, and try to compare it with the
steel string.
With the steel string, which we also got.
Okay, so let's start with this one. This is the A10, which is apparently part of the handcrafted range. So it's made in Spain, and it has cedar top and rosewood back and side, solid cedar top, and they don't say solid rosewood, therefore it is laminate rosewood back and sides, and a mahogany neck that feels about 8 feet wide.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I think that will make you play the instrument very differently. It's like getting one of the 7/8, picking guitars, with the short scale ones, and you're like, oh god, but then you play a completely different way.
But that's exactly why I'm interested in it, because it takes you out of the things you do all the time,
comfort zone,
day in, day. I mean, you've watched enough of our videos. So right, I'll tell you what then. I'll just play some stuff on both guitars.
Yeah.
This is the F4.
Which is the
flamenco one.
Flamenco one with the spruce top.
Maple and spruce. Okay, right.
You want to move that up half a note, don't you, that chord? That's cool.
should never do and play a plectrum on a nylon, but why not?
You can.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, there's no right or wrong. A quick thing to mention as well, flamenco guitars are smaller dimensions.
Oh, thinner.
Thinner.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the bodies are smaller to get that more spanky...
well, I can tell you straight off the bat I prefer this one.
Oh, do you?
Because the action's a bit lower and it sounds a bit more middly to me. What do you think?
I was scouting for the for the dot, but there wasn't one. There wasn't one. Ah!
Which one do you prefer?
I prefer that one.
You prefer that one? Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the things I've got in mind is when you're tracking guitars, obviously it can help to have some different instruments. I'll quite often use a wood body resonator, which is a great sound to put. So I'm going to play some chords. Pete's going to pick out a melody and we're just going to see
I'm just going to come up with something.
how that sounds with the classical and the flamenco style.
I'll play with the pick.
What key would you like, Pete? Should we do A, good country key?
See what I mean? That could be something that could be in the beginning of this morning.
Yeah.
Like a morning program.
Yeah.
That's what I use it for actually.
They do
Because
get used a lot
I
for
do
that,
write
don't
a
they?
little bit of, I do write some commercial music and so and it's great to mix these two things up. So if you do have something in melody you want to stand out in a different way.
Definitely, it so works for that.
It does, doesn't
And
it?
it's funny when you hear it, you realise how many places you hear a nylon string guitar. Again, apologies to anyone who's well used to nylon guitars and plays them all the time, or if you're, where you live, they're ingrained in the culture. They're not for a lot
Not
of
for us, no.
not for a lot of us, because it's a lot of steel string and a lot of rock and roll.
Electric guitars and yeah.
Yeah, but very cool. So what,
Yeah.
you were playing the melody there. What were your impressions?
Again, I still prefer this one for that.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still prefer to see the top.
All right. Well, so we'll just do that again, and we've got here. This is. So those two are from what's called the handcrafted range. This is from the beginner range.
Okay.
And this is called the Diana, and this is. I think those are both. I don't know. We'll have to check the prices, but this one is cheap. This is 169 quid.
Immediately when I pick it up, 169 quid. I can. You can feel. You can hear it doesn't project as much.
Yeah.
It doesn't project as much. It feels a little. It feels. It just.
Okay.
It
Well,
it just feels a little bit
let's
less.
go around our advert music
Okay.
again, and
Maybe we'll sell it one day.
I don't know if you're buying
Maybe you hear it.
buying home insurance, or maybe a new toaster or something. But, okay.
A one, a two, a one, two.
Imagine that. Maybe we should start a campaign.
See if we can get this song.
See if we could get on morning telly.
Morning telly and play this song in the beginning.
Good morning, welcome to Morning Guitar TV.
Yeah, Good Morning Paradiso.
And now the news. Faith has brought out a new...
yeah. Let's have it.
Yeah, the weather. Sunny!
Yeah. It's gonna be great! Drinks all round. Anyway.
So what are your impressions of that one then?
No, but it just feels less money.
Yeah.
You know, you can definitely feel that it's not... That I can feel these other two they have been handmade, handcrafted. So
what I don't understand is how do you handcraft a guitar for a few hundred quid?
I don't know. But we've talked about this before, how when we were kids, back in 41 or whatever it was, you can't, the amount of guitar you get for the money now, even handmade stuff, it's just incredible. Mm. It really is. You'll be one of these would do you great, I would say. But that's up to you. It's always come and try guitars out. It's very difficult for me personally. Buying something online without trying it first. I would really like to. I've done it
Keyboards,
a few times.
do that all day long.
Yeah, exactly. Pedals, great. Guitars, you had to feel them.
So, problems. This is wide.
Yeah.
That's really wide. I mean, obviously I knew that, but...
You can get a few, there is a few where they make them with a bit of a different...
No dots.
Yeah.
If I'd have been concentrating when I was a kid, that wouldn't be a problem, but I wasn't.
You still aren't.
I'm still on. I'm too... But I guess you'd get used to that as well. Do you know what?
Yeah.
The flat fingerboard is so flat, it actually looks concave.
The whole thing is flat, isn't it? It's the guitar and everything is just completely... Yeah. But I can hear them sing when I talk. I can hear them resonate with me, which is a good sign.
Finger pick. Well, the other thing I found is I'm not a nails finger picker on a steel string, because you kind of... That's a sound, and it's not a sound that I've ever really developed. So I use pads on my fingers and sometimes thumbnail, and on that it kind of gets lost a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you know.
But it's more. I'm just going to swap over to this one.
If you hit it with.
Yeah, but it's kind of. I find them.
It needs a nail.
Kind of. I feel that's great. It sounds nice.
Yeah, and it definitely puts you in that frame of mind, doesn't it? But those aren't melodies that are in my vocabulary or.
No, that's
So I'd be playing it the same as I play a steel string guitar.
But why not?
Jerry Reed and Chet Atkins. Jerry Reed, if you watch Chet Atkins played nylon string forever, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the latter years, and Jerry Reed was his great mate, and they used to play together. So that's about the only chicken picking thing I know. But I could probably get
Willie Nelson. He's one for playing nylon string guitar.
Yeah, he's got a really old knackered Martin with
holes in it and everything. Yeah, he has that, but he plays all that sort of.
Yeah, he plays all the.
Doesn't he also play blues and stuff on?
Yeah, he plays everything, melodies.
Yeah.
There was that Clapton song.
There was that Clapton song. We're looking through so. So on. That was so.
They make
if you look
drums as well.
But that's another thing that the flamingos.
Don't even try.
No, I'm not going to try it. I can't do it. So what do you think? You going to buy one?
I don't know. Let me. I just want to play them a bit more.
Okay. bluesing away on it.
Well,
but you can.
That's all there is, isn't it?
There's no right or wrong.
That's all there is, mate. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably have to spend a few hours and.
You have to look around, but these are good. They sound good. I would definitely spend that extra couple of £100. It's definitely worth.
I've answered my initial question, which was, you know, is it worth spending a few hundred or like,
400?
Yeah, like 150 or 300 or 400, and I would say that it probably is.
I would say absolutely worth it. Even because we talked about this before. If you start out, if you're somebody who starts out and you say, I only want to spend £150 on a guitar, that's fair enough. Well, I understand that, but if you spend that money, it's not always that you get something that is, you know, that inspires you to pick it up and play it. You know, there will be compromises with guitars of that price. I find. So if you spend that little extra money, you know, save some money up or whatever, and get the next one up. You know,
the only thing that matters to me is that I want to pick it up.
And you want to play it.
Yeah.
But if you spend a little bit extra money,
which might sound crazy, as someone who spent their whole life around guitars, you know, to literally have no clue about nylon strings.
That's why we're doing this video. So it's not for. It's not for.
I honestly didn't know if I would be able to tell much of a difference between 200 quid and 500 quid.
Yeah, but you definitely can.
And I rather suspect
you have not played this yet. You should play this. And immediately you'll know what I'm talking about. You still got the riffings going on.
It's yeah. I mean, it's not as loud. The tone isn't as rich.
No.
I mean, it's if you were.
It's okay.
Yeah, I would imagine if you're learning to play, that's a pretty good. Certainly, way better than any of the guitars I had when I was a kid. But yes, I can definitely tell. I tell you what, the string spacing seems a little closer on this one, which might be why I felt more comfortable on it.
Yeah.
Straight off, you know, just.
Yeah.
Doing all the things you should never do on a nylon string, like play it with a plectrum
and put a thumb over.
Put your thumb over the top. But you know, I'm blooming nearly 72 years old. I'm not going to change now and like kind of, you know, whoever it is.
Anyway, guys, that was our video on some nylon string guitars, a bit unorthodox, or what do you say for us?
Yeah.
To go in the shop and just off the fly, cuff, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
To pick some guitars out and say, why don't we try to do a video on some people who don't really, us never playing nylon string guitars, and you know, some of you guys might go, why is there no nylon strings? Well, you know, it's just the question that we had. So, you know, should Mick buy?
If you want to see more nylon strings, maybe we should get somebody who can play nylon strings in.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leave some comments about that, because we can. You know, we have got a guitar shop, music shop right next.
Well, you guys have.
Yeah, we've got a guitar shop and or a music shop with loads of guitars in it, and it is possible to do some more of these. So if you want to see some more nylon string with some playing,
proper nylon string players,
then let us know in the comment section below.
Meantime, I do actually think I'll go for that one. Having played them all.
Yeah, I think that's the most overall user-friendly one. Yeah, the Cedar one, the 10.
A10, yeah.
Yeah, I think I think that's the one I would go for as well.
Yeah, although I like that. I like the mid-punch of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's thinner. Would hang on the wall.
Which one should Mick buy?
Yes, which one should Mick buy?
And we will.
And the answers will be none. Stick to playing the the steel string guitar. Next week, banjos.
Yeah. God. Anyway, that was very educational and fun.
Yes, should we jam some more?
We should.
I'll tell you what I'd like. I'd like you to play the steel string acoustic
and
guitar.
Then you can play some stuff on the top.
Yes. Let's see if that works. Okay, so there we go. We're going to jam out. I'm going to play each of the 3 guitars that we've picked off the wall. Pete's going to play some chords,
and then he's going to make up his mind as we go along.
Then I'm going to make up my mind.
And then he's going to post a photo on Facebook with the guitar at his house going, I bought this one.
Maybe. We'll see what kind of deal he can do me.
Yeah. He'd give it to you for free. Tell you, man.
Oh yeah, he said he'd give it to me.
You did say. Anyway, I was Pete.
I was Mick.
And this is Acoustic Paradiso, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I know a joke about Willie Nelson.
I bet you do. But honestly,
what's the worst thing Willie Nelson can say to you after he's just shagged you? What is it?
I don't know.
I'm not Willie Nelson. Maybe I love you.
Oh man. So, and I'm sure there must be more, you know, if you look back at the catalogs, the annals of rock music and all this sort of stuff. There must be.
So it's annals.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was annals. I thought it was.
It might be. It might be. It might be. You have to leave that in. You have to leave that in.